beautiful, here's my classic boat, offshore from Porlock. I made it to Porlock from Cardiff. So here we are, there's Porlock. It's beautifully calm. It's a bit misty here and there, but I followed the tide from Cardiff. So here we are now at low tide at Porlock, which is great, because I was an hour after, so it's tide started rising just a little bit. Basically, the idea was not to use the engine much to get here. And I've actually anchored now, right, at a depth of 8.3 metres. That's gone up by 0.2 of a metre since I've been here. So basically, but that goes up and down by 10 metres, so I'll be 20 metres off with my 25 metre anchor chain and some rope. So basically, I might have been able to anchor a little bit closer in, but to be safe, you've got to get the right depth. So basically, I'm going to pump up my inflatable dinghy so I can row ashore and be a tourist. But what I'm going to do, you can see that's quite a long way away. You don't get caught in currents either, but what I'm going to do is go to that lovely quaint little town I haven't visited ever with my dinghy at 6 o'clock in the morning when it's high tide, and then I'll come back at 6 in the evening approximately, so I don't have to carry this dinghy up and down a pebble beach for half a mile or something, or muddy bank, you know what I mean? That's the plan. Let's go be a tourist tomorrow for 12 hours just for the sake of ease of dinghy use. There's the plan. Ta-da. Okay, now, I knew it was going to be picturesque, didn't I? So, early in the morning, here's my little rowing boat. I've made it ashore. Look up to this lovely little place where we've landed, Porlock. Beautiful. It is beautiful. Now look, there's a sailing boat there. If we go just over there, a bit further off, there's my little hotel. The boat Bonnie. Absolutely marvellous. So, here we are. Good day out in the town. Ta-da. Check this out, I got a bit of company, all is well, and we've got a little sloop coming in from the right. I think they're going to anchor alongside us as well, so for a Sunday night, looks like this parking spot's quite busy. Here we go. Look at them little vertical lines of plastic guards. Plastic guards to stop rabbits eating the bottom of the bark off these trees. They're managing this forest beautifully, so those tall straight things, I think they're a kind of fir over there. If something comes down, I bet they're replanting the same thing. They're managing this forest beautifully. Okay, so here's all the charms you can kind of expect, isn't it? So, let's have a look at one of the old systems. Here's the old mill, this little mill lane. Now what we've got here is actually an overshot wheel, not an undershot wheel. An undershot wheel would be like paddles that kind of get pushed. But here, you've got a top bit, you spin it over, with a wheel there, which will force the front side of it most of down. Purely gravity really, water flowing gravity, nothing to do with thermodynamics of lift on a turbine, anything like that. There you go, so it's an overshot wheel, quite lovely because you've got the height obviously for this terrain and that kind of stuff. So look, there's no roof, is there? No, because there's no idea. So the gravity difference between, ooh, you get quite a metre there, don't you? When it used to go over there, but all you've got to do, got this beautiful guns, go this way a little bit to see how it happens. Sometimes you have something called a penstock, so a little pond upstream, up there that you store it. Here, you still see the old wheel there, that mill race or whatever you call it. If that was lowered, this little waterfall here wouldn't happen. The normal stream below us. It'd block off that path there, and then it'd shoot along like there. Nice little, little canal. And you'd really go. There you go, the melody working. Just can't beat it, can you? Okay, here we are at low tide, so 1:30. There's my little rowing boat, my inflatable dinghy. You can tell the tide's out, check this out. I rowed past him this morning. It's a bilge keeler so they can sit down there, but look at that, that tide's gone out. And for me to get my dinghy back out, fair old drag. I should like it, a little rubber thing, so here we go. I think I'll have to wait another 6 hours, that's fine. Start with the pub lunch, I think. Hurrah! Hello. Trying to see the stress. I was going to anchor. I left off 7:30 in the morning so I could get to about 6 miles up there, but Bristol Channel, spring tide, not me, it's blimey. I was struggling with the engine to get any further that way. I was coming to a standstill, so I just motored my way in to this bit here, nice little cliff, all that. But check the pace of the stream. Can you see that? I've managed to drop anchor. I'm staying put till low tide now. If I stay until low tide, I then won't have to use 10 tanks of diesel at full throttle, shitting myself, to get 6 miles there, nearer where I want to be tomorrow morning. So you can see here, I'm not moving. Currently at a depth of 17 metres, which is good because I've got 25 metre anchor chain, 10 metre of rope. So I think I'm right. I'm going to go check my rope now. But basically, I think I'm going to spend 6 hours here, sat still, going, blimey. Thank you. Oh my God. You cannot underestimate the force of the tide down here. So that's the speed. I'm not moving, but that's the speed of the current. I'm only 1 hour after high tide. It gets a bit skippy, apparently 2 or 3 hours, you know, midway between high and low. So I can't row ashore in that. Look, I'd end up France. Just this what I was said at least. Here's my dinghy, right? My inflatable dinghy. And I came sideways from the boat straight in because I'd paddle like Billy. I came a bit early. If I left it another hour, it might get easier. But the currents get easier when you're getting closer. So when I come back just after low tide, I'll be kind of going that way. You with me? Whereas not being washed that way. So there, but I beached. Check the size of these boulders. That's not what I'm on a beach on. I thought I'll launch myself off and come on that nice sandy beach over here, where I can drop my kedge, my little diddy anchor thing, and let the tide go out. But unfortunately, went over the top of one of these big boulders, couldn't get it off. You shouldn't beach on a boulder. I should have had a look at where I was going, but you can't do that when you're rowing because it's behind you. And we've made it as a pedestrian to Minehead, and guess the tide's out all right, isn't it? Very much gone. There's a nice couple of wooden boats here. I met the guy Dave, he's got that one, bit of a racer, bilge keel, that one. Classic from whenever, I can't quite remember, but here we are. It's lunchtime, I've only got an hour or so, because I've got to catch low tide to stop me losing the ability to row back aboard. The amount of anxiety you get with that kind of stuff, because look, here we are, tiding out. There's that fisherman out there on a boat. And my boat's over there. I didn't bring a telescope and I can't see if she's heeling about or run aground or whatever. Be a nasty surprise to find in the middle of the night, which is the next time I'll be on board when it's low, is that you wake up at 45 degrees sleeping on ceiling. Anyway, fingers crossed. You've got to have an adventure. And here we are in Minehead, where other people own wooden boats. Turns out I am a bit of a fan of this little rowing boat. It's quite a plump little clinker. You see it's quite broad all the way with a big transom, because I'm making one myself at the minute, but she's a bit sweeter at the front, and I'm making a little like heart-shaped transom at the back, which does, well, I'm actually going a fishtail type wine glass, which is classic, but you can tell the distance right down there, but that's only about, I'd say 8.5 foot, maybe 9 foot. So I'm making hard leftovers of wood that was only 8 foot long, so it turns very quickly. It's got boards at the bottom. You can see the where the ribs curve in really quickly. Yeah, what would you like for a little round that? Yeah, it's a funny old game because look at my chart plotter. So I'm kind of a, not plotter. I've got like it shows me what my position is, GPS. You know, I'm chugging along quite nicely. So I'm using hardly any fuel because I have got the tides right, so I'm kind of gently rolling in with the current, with the engine just on tick over, so I've got some control. it's a lovely morning. You know, you get it beautiful. But when I was trying to leave this morning from Minehead, I couldn't get my anchor off. Couldn't get it up. Absolutely. So I was struggling. Oh, the stress! I tell you, it's just. If you do this a lot, I think you'd have to do this a hell of a lot just to get the hang of knowing all your, you know, everything. You know, change your kit so you've got the right thing to do this, do that. Because you know, I've only been doing it 10 years, so clueless, absolutely clueless. I've got my mooring lines ready, so I can chuck them on. So controlling a horse when you get there, you jump off single-handed with 2 ropes in and you go, come here. So, you know, I'm quite confident in that. As long as the lights go green and let me in, that the gate thing opens, drops, you know. No stress, you know. There's a fishing boat out there. I think they must have come out half hour before I got here, which means that I've got the tide right, as in 2 sides either side of high tide, because, watch it, you can't just come and go all day. I think it's 2 hours either side of high tide. Might be an hour and a half, can't remember, didn't look it up. But fingers crossed, lovely morning. When you get it right, it's beautiful. I just need to practice and get it right more. So, but I'm laughing, so that'll do, won't it? Here we are then. So, just keep things simple. To you landlubbers, you have to admit, she's a good looking boat. Here we are in Wiltshire. It's got double spreaders actually. See them cross trees, bits of wood up there. The top one only takes a funny kind of diamond shape, whereas the bottom spreaders does the shrouds to stop the mast falling over. But there you go. Always needs another coat of varnish, another coat of paint, a lot of looking after, but she's a lovely boat. Thank you.